Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the 2021 Space Cup. We are in the minors today. More major stuff will happen soon. I think Thursday is the next majors match, and today and tomorrow we have a couple of minors matches in store. Let's take a look at the bracket before we introduce our co-caster today. Is this the bracket? This is the bracket. And you can see with the blue border, we have RockMotorFan against Rylessj, who is also known as Falcon. And somebody who isn't known as Falcon is in here with me today. Hello, Thrawn.
Hello, everyone.
This should be a very interesting match for you to follow, because if we look at the bracket there, then whoever wins this one is going to be your next opponent.
Indeed, I'm already studying my opponents for our match, so it will be more studying.
Yeah, you took the perfect opportunity to cast this match as opposed to other matches. Yeah, but that will also mean that you will probably have some nice insight into these players. And right now, before the match, do you have a favorite going into this one?
Oh, that's a difficult question. I haven't seen Falcon played a lot. I have seen Rock's matches a lot, so I think he's favorite player here, but I can't actually really compare. I haven't seen Falcon so much.
Okay, so a bit more of a wild card for you. I agree. Rock is a very solid player. I think he has made great progress in playing Rebels specifically. And Falcon has always looked very strong on Empire. So that hopefully promises a lot of great matches with that constellation. But something you said to me before we started the stream is that you would think it's going to be down to maps a lot. Maybe you can come back to that point. Why do you think that is?
Of course. Well, if Rock is good with Rebels and Falcon with Empire, that means there is high chance they will get their own faction, because Falcon will prefer Empire and Rock will get also his preferred faction. So they will be both in their environment. So it will come down to the map on which they are. So it will be about the environment and not about the faction this time.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Looks like the players have already started. If you look at the Discord stream, you will see the in-game stuff.
Yeah, they are talking
but
a lot.
They have forgotten how the drafting works.
Oh, that's hardly believable this far into the tournament, but okay.
Indeed. Should we release them from their agony and just tell them that they can actually start? I think we should.
Probably, yeah, or they will spam the chat and the game will crash because no one wrote so many lines into the text field before.
It's not like I said to them, I tell you when the draft begins, anything, but... Okay, and it's Kessel. Now, they already thought about their bands already. Kessel, Polos, and Bothowy. All right, that was very quick. Kessel is a map that's probably a bit rebel-sided. Polos is a map that depends a lot on whether you actually can play the map. And Bothowy is a map that depends a lot on decision-making, I feel like. So, Geonosis for the first one, okay. And he picks Rebels. Is that what you have suspected before?
Yeah, it is. Also, those bands make kind of sense because Kessel is more like Rebel Pro map, and Rock won on Botavui twice in his past matches, I believe. So
it's a bit of Falcon, a specialty for him.
Yeah, exactly. So Falcon doesn't want to probably play on Botavui against Rock.
Yeah. But so this means now that we have a situation where they both have their favorite faction and where they both have a map that they should know really well, right? Geonosis is the map that's kind of easy to learn, so they should both know the ropes on this map. So I'm very hyped for this game. I hope you guys are too. I have the chat open in front of me, so any comments, throw it in there. And oops, he needs to grab something. That's actually fine. Then let's wait a moment. Okay. And yeah. What could it be that he needs to grab right before the first match?
I have no idea. But it could be, I don't know, some fan for his computer so it
doesn't
overheat. Overload or overheat. Or
maybe
better internet connection.
Getting that Starlink upgrade real quick.
Yeah, moving the antenna on the roof.
Wee. All right. Rylessj is good. Yeah, guys, if you are confused here, we have 3 names floating around for this guy. He's notorious for that. We have a Man of Hell in-game now. It's his Steam name. By the looks of it, he has entered the tournament as Rylessj. I think he has played as Rylessj in-game too before. And on the Discord, he's known as Falcon. So we will just use these names interchangeably. Like, if we talk about somebody that is not RockMotorFan, we probably mean that guy. So, good luck and fun. And then let's give him the countdown and see where this first game in the best of 5 is headed to. All right, we're in game. Only a slide. Let's check the ping. Ping is fine. Yeah, nothing spectacular here. Looked a bit shaky on the Empire start from what I could see, but all is fine. Both players are trying to get their base mine early. Falcon, yep, there we go. Rebel player 2. Rock got his base mine. Now the first question always is whether Rock gets this turret, right? And looks like he wants to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
On the other side, we see a lot of TIE fighters coming in. What do you think of the Empire side turret here? Do you like that, or is it something you don't like?
I think it's a pretty good idea to build that turret as the Empire if you know the Rebels are going to build that turret as well. So, yeah, that's a good choice.
Next up, we see that Rock actually goes for the mine as opposed to the turret. Usually you see Rebels more building the turret, and this time he says, okay, I'm gonna build the mine instead. Maybe he saw more than one TIE fighter in the center and thought like, okay, if you are in the center, then I'm gonna hard commit in the bottom corner. Oh,
indeed.
Look at that.
Oh.
Both
of
mines.
them, actually.
Wow. It's in range of the missile turret, and we have X-Wings coming in, of course. The missile turret gives the ability to call something in there. I think he should actually attack the left side first, before it goes up, instead of splitting.
Yeah, it has less health.
Now, taking a look at the bottom corner, Falcon has finally found the mine, but he has currently only one TIE fighter there. Whoops, my mouse is stuck. Okay, fixed it.
I feel like the middle mine is... Oh, the health. I
Yeah.
expected to do worse.
The turret actually shooting at TIE fighters now as opposed to the mine. I think Rock could have done this a little bit better. Done a little bit more damage to the mines. Oh, is this double damage? Ooh, wow, just about.
Wow.
Double damage with the Y-Wings.
Oh.
And that should be the mine. And he can actually use the Y-Wings to do more damage on the other mine. So, nice investment into the Y-Wings there.
Yeah, there's a lot of TIEs incoming, but they can't stop the Y-Wings now.
Nope. Because they're having a good time.
Oh,
But the TIE
mine.
fighters actually blocked the shots.
That was a nice maneuver.
That was a nice maneuver, whether deliberate or not. Wow, would you look at this? See, Rock didn't build a turret there, and what says Falcon? Hey, well, you don't, I do. But take a look at the credits. 200 credits. Falcon has no option of building any more mines for at least a couple of minutes. So this is actually very scary for him now, because he has the turret down there, but Rock has the mine. And there's no attack coming. Do you think that Falcon should have gone for the base mine earlier?
Oh, yeah, definitely should have gone for the base mine earlier. Also, I think TIE Bomber would have been nice at that right corner mine, lower right corner mine.
Indeed, a TIE Bomber instead of 2 TIE Fighters, 1 TIE and 1 Bomber would have been really good. Actually, Senate in chat says, no one goes for pirates, no IPVs, crying face. And what do we have here? Just a couple seconds later, we see IPVs, 2 of them. Very nice.
He called it.
Yeah. Rock is actually building mid, and look at this. Falcon, seeing it obviously with his turret, immediately responds. The IPVs not really doing anything right now. Now it's firing finally. Rebel mines, if you look at the tooltip here, they take 40 seconds to build. That is 5 seconds more than Empire mines. And that also means that there is more time for the turret and for the TIE fighter and everything to do more damage. So it's a bit more risky as a Rebel player to build that middle mine when there is a turret, as opposed to for the Empire player. I mean, if you ask me, that mine going up actually looks like... Ooh, that could hurt. Ooh. That mine actually looks like... And he calls GG, yeah, I was just about to say it, like, this would be really, really strongly in favor for Rock, and we have the GG. What do you think of this one?
It went faster than I expected, honestly. I'm afraid that Falcon a bit overspent his money, and he could have maybe saved up some, I don't know, 600 or 700 for a mine, so he could eventually get it and not fall to 200.
Yep, I think so too. His big problem was, okay, maybe 2 big problems, right? He didn't attack the base mine, which is always a problem. But then, as you said, he couldn't build his base mine again or build the bottom mine again, where he had the map control, but he couldn't do anything with it because he had just spent all his money. Right. So
exactly.
What would you expect for the next one?
Now it's Rock's pick, correct?
And he picks Gothaway. That's impossible because that's banned.
Banned. Yeah. I told you his favorite map.
He tried anyway.
I think Endor.
We've seen a lot of Endor as the second map in the minors. Yeah.
No, I remember that Rock said he forgot what maps are in the map pool. So
well, if he asks me, then give me Endor. Okay.
Yeah.
You were right. Very nice. And you were right again, kind of, because you predicted that he's gonna pick Empire probably most of the time.
I agree.
Endor and Empire. Now, after having seen Rock on Rebels in the last one, do you think he can win Endor? I think Endor is a bit more difficult than Geonosis.
Depends on what Falcon will do, but the start is really the most crucial thing on Endor. So if perhaps Falcon does a good start and Rock doesn't, then there is a chance for Falcon to win. But if they both have the same start, I think Rock could still win.
All right. So Rock being the slight favorite after what we've seen in the first one. Ping check, ping is fine. Yeah, again, a little bit slower from Falcon compared to what Rock was able to pull off here with the start. But also again, standard movements. Let's see, we have a missile turret. I like that for the rebels. It's a nice defense against the TIE bombers if they come. And on the Empire side, we have a laser turret. I like that too. It's a nice defense against the X-Wings if they come. Laser in the middle.
I think Falcon is a bit slow to the middle.
You think he's gonna build the turret?
Yeah, he's going to build it.
Ah, sink it.
Oh, sink.
Oh, my game just died. All right, then let's just restart. Okay. Yeah, we've seen a bit unstable internet from Falcon before, from Rylessj, but that was weird. There wasn't really anything happening in the match. We just decided, nope, not gonna play.
Indeed. Well, Falcon will now have a chance to have a faster start. So
Indeed. Yes, second try now. And now Rock is second guessing himself. What if my start isn't as good this time? Let me just check Discord real quick whether Falcon messaged me. Nope, he's still sitting in his voice channel. Looks fine to me, so he's probably just going to restart the game and come back in. Or maybe he's restarting his PC or anything, but his Steam.
Or perhaps he's restarting the internet connection if it failed on his end.
Game took forever to load. Now that's always nice to hear, because then we certainly won't have any more problems if his game already starts loading slow. All right, second take, Andor. We have the second game in this best of 5. We have RockMotorFan in Cyan on the Rebel units, and over here we have on the Red units Rylessj / Falcon / Man of Hell on the Empire unit.
Man of 100 faces.
The man of 100 names and even more faces, yeah. Looks like Rock doesn't want to get his turret this time. Interesting, a little bit of a difference.
They already started. I do not see the stream.
Oh,
It crashed.
That's a good point.
When the game
now,
crashed.
if I alt-tab now, then I might crash the game. So you will have to sit out. I'm sorry. Oh, no. Oh, that's bad. Damn, sorry. I completely forgot that. Okay, now we have Rock's turret going up in the middle. And looks like Falcon again wants to build his turret later in the middle. Rock arriving at the Empire base mine with a Y-wing, actually. It's a bit dangerous, though, because the turret is already done. And the turret is targeting the Y-wings and will probably destroy them rather quick. But he has actually gotten a little bit of double damage. In the middle, we have the Rebel turret actually firing at the TIE fighters and not at the turret of Falcon. So that Falcon's turret will go up, and that actually swings things and will mean that the Rebel turret should be the one that gets down instead of the Empire turret like it should have been. More X-Wing at their Empire base mine, and 3 now in total, so that should be enough in theory, but Falcon is starting to defend this. However, Falcon has no engine upgrade, so his defense won't be very effective. On the bottom left, we have a little dogfight, nothing special, and nobody has yet been in the top right. In the middle, the TIE fighters finally die, so the turret can shoot at the other turret, but it's already like 30% behind in terms of damage, so the Empire turret should survive with around 30% health. Empire base mine, less than 30% health. I think one more approach and it will be down. Though Rock should lose a couple of X-Wings. Well, there's no engine upgrade, so he might actually be able to get away, if you ask me. Depends on what he tries to do now. Still in range of the turret, though. Takes a lot of damage from that. And we have more TIE fighters in the bottom left corner. And Rock is losing more X-Wings than he should, just to the turret here. But he is getting away. He's moving to the middle now. And again, his turret is not firing at the enemy turret. Guys, you need to micro the turret, because if you just fire at TIE fighters and miss like 70% of your shots, that's not very efficient. On the top right side, we have Rock finally going for his mine and nothing from Falcon in the vicinity. He's now moving out with his base mine fighters and has won the dogfight in the bottom left. Builds the mine, and at the same time, an X-Wing comes in. Oh, that could be great, but the X-Wing is called in a bit off center. If he had called it in right in front of the mine, it might have been able to pop it instantly, but now it first has to turn before it can fire, so the mine survives. Still a great situation for Rock, because Rock has 2 mines soon, and Falcon will only have 1 mine. Maybe Falcon can rebuild his base mine soon, but currently he's only sitting at 500 credits.
Oh, so it's a similar situation like on Geonosis.
It's a bit of a similar situation that he doesn't attack the base mine.
And now he doesn't have the money.
And now he doesn't have the money. I mean, he did have the money to build the bottom mine, so it's not the same. But he doesn't have the money to build his base mine again right now, but the bottom mine is done, so he's getting money now and should be soon able to build his base mine. On the other side, we have Empire units finally moving to the top right, but at the same time, the Rebel starting units are coming out. And it looks like they're gonna check mid. Rock has actually stopped attacking the bottom left side because he was sneaking in Y-Wings. Very nice maneuver here. Very nice maneuver. He lured the TIE fighters away so that he could bring in Y-Wings safely. The Y-Wings are having pathfinding problems right now, it looks like, but now they are firing. Empire base mine going up though. He had the money finally. Yeah. Oh, dogfight in the center, but that's a starting unit for the Rebel players, so no problem there. Now, Rock had more income for a long time now, but he's also lost a lot more units so far. So it's a bit equal in that sense. And is the mine going down? Yes, bottom left is down. Okay. Top right, the TIE fighters have actually been dragged into a dogfight, so they don't really do a lot of damage to the mine, which is pretty nice for Rock at this point. But bottom left, yeah, he lost his fighters, he lost his bombers, and in the middle there sits a TIE fighter. Though, right now, there is, again, no money in the bank of Rylessj that he could use, and it looks like Rock is gonna be able to defend his bottom right mine, actually, with his 3 X-Wings up there. So I would presume that Falcon will try to build another mine now, maybe in the center, maybe bottom left when it respawns. And I'm not really sure what Rock is doing. His money fluctuates. He's now sitting at almost 2,000. Maybe he wants to tag up. Would be kind of risky because he doesn't really have the map control right now. But he would have the money, and the money is gone. I think Rock is actually tagging up right now. He has the income upgrade and the weapons upgrade, so his X-Wings might actually be able to do something before he reaches tag 2. Middle mine now going up. By the way, Thrawn, you could open the stream in your browser if you at least wanted to see it with a time delay.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for the tip,
good idea.
Senate. That's actually a very smart idea. Now, Rock is moving to the bottom right, trying to defend there too. I think that's actually kinda a mistake. Would probably been better to go to one of the enemy mines and destroy that, because it's too many TIE fighters. He's not gonna defend that, right? Yeah, so he will be Tech 2 soon, but will not be able to... Well, he will be able to get Han Solo, right? And he still has a stop mine. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's actually fine, because Falcon is still sitting at only 800 credits. Probably gonna builds that mine before he does anything. So he will be pretty surprised by the tech upgrade from the Rebels at this point, I think. And he will need some time, 80 seconds for the tech, and then the time he needs to accumulate the money before he can follow suit with the tech upgrade. So that's a time window that Rock can actually use to take back the map control, to destroy the mines. I hope that he actually opts to destroy the mines and not to continue defending on Tech 2. Like, use Han to destroy the mid, because he's pretty impervious to damage, for example. Maybe send a Corvette to the bottom left side. But don't be defensive now. Push your advantage. You are Tech 2, push your advantage. I mean, he's not Tech 2 yet, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
And Falcon is continuing to spend all his money on Tech 1. He's building another turret in the center.
That might not be so wise. He could use more money so he can get tech up. So
Yeah, I'm confused. Where's the tech upgrade? Hasn't it been 80? Oh, there it is. Okay. Tech 2 for the Rebel player, and Falcon will be like, oh, and Falcon has only 600 credits right now. So, will take some time. Now, it will obviously also take 33 seconds for Rock to build Han, or I don't know, maybe, is it 18 seconds, I think, for our Corvette? He is now scouting bottom left. More TIE fighters coming in. More TIE fighters coming in. Not that they really matter at Tech 2 a lot, but yeah. Rock spots the enemy mine, and then let's see what he's bringing in. Probably Han Solo first, right?
yeah, it's the classic first unit for Tech 2.
Uh-oh, Falcon is building another turret. He is again spending his money on Tech 1. He needs to go to Tech 2.
I feel like at this point the turrets are not that effective, because one Nebulon will kill those turrets pretty fast.
Yeah, right. The Nebulon can just sit outside of the nebula. Oh, you don't see that. And can just shoot at the turrets from out of range, right? Because it's only laser turrets.
Yeah, exactly.
And Han can just...
one.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that one turret plus TIE fighters should be enough for center, and that money for other turrets could have been used elsewhere.
Yeah. These two turrets could have been his tech upgrade, for example.
Yeah.
He's now sitting at 200, but he spent 500. Is he building a bomber? Looked like a bomber to me. Yeah, Rock coming in with a Corvette. Nebulon would have probably been better. But the Corvette is doing damage, and it has shields because it can sit out and outside of the shield, so it's fine. Han has actually lost his shields against the TIE fighters, so he might need to micro Han to get away from the TIE fighters a little bit.
Oh, really? That's
taking a
interesting.
little bit of damage. If you have a lot of TIE fighters, they can actually do a lot of damage. Almost like they are TIE fighters.
That's what they are for.
Yeah, okay, Tech 2. Now, in 30 seconds, we are going to see Boba Fett. And if you ask me, then Rock was a bit too slow. I think Rock should have been able to destroy 2 mines by now. Instead of the 1. Because now it's pretty even. Tech 2, both players have 2 mines. So Rock only semi-used his advantage here. There's the Nebulon, I like that, I like that. Get rid of the turret, get rid of the mine. Oh, but don't fly into the nebula. No, 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 no. Oh, he had stopped. That was a stop. No, it's moving. Ah. Ooh. Boba coming in down here, okay. Oh, he could have actually called in Boba in the nebula to hit Han, because Han can't use the invulnerability in the nebula.
That would be a nice call.
These are not the guns. These are the engines. Why would you... Okay. Oh, invulnerability. Nope. Didn't dodge. Now, center mine is down. That's nice. He needs to be careful that the Nebulon doesn't lose its shields. I hope he activates the ability. Come on, come on, come on. Rock. Nope. Lost the shields. Acclimator coming in the center. Corvette coming in response. It's fine. It can destroy the bombers. Without the bombers, the Acclimator is not that dangerous. And the other Corvette is already moving down to the bottom left. So this actually gives a situation where we have 2 Rebel mines to 1 Empire mine. So if Rock can keep that, then he's in a good spot. And Falcon needs to change that. Falcon needs to clear the map of Rebel units now to get control again. And, oh, that's unfortunate actually, because the turret destroyed only the engines of the Nebulon and no other hardpoints. So the Nebulon is still as dangerous as always. Somebody who isn't as dangerous as always is Boba Fett. Boba Fett going down, and Han still has red health. Another Acclimator. It feels always bad if you call in Acclimators into Corvettes, because the bombers can maybe shoot once and then they are gone. But oh, looks like they're actually gonna shoot twice, maybe? Turn around, shoot. Yeah, actually survive. Very nice. And the other Corvette still has shields. Okay. So, what's the next objective for Rylessj? I think the next objective for Rylessj is to sneak something into the top mine because it's not defended. Maybe have a TIE Scout and a Tartan Cruiser combination, or even just a TIE Scout and a Bomber, because that's cheaper. He is getting rid of that Corvette, I like that. It's not really hitting a lot though, no, now it's better. And we have Boba coming back, very nice, very nice. Very important unit on Tech 2. And 2 Acclimators plus Boba plus TIE Fighter might actually be enough to get through the shields of that Nebulon if Rock doesn't pay attention and uses the ability. And looks like he's again... Nope, again didn't pay attention. Okay, this is definitely something that he will look back on and, I don't know, throw his head against the wall. It's just one button. And your Nebulon is super strong. But, look at this, he is actually building the center mine. So that would mean 3 mines for him, and he is even attacking top left, while Falcon has been able to rebuild the bottom one here. Han should die now? Wait. Why did Boba turn away there? Han actually survives with like 1 HP. Oh, wow.
That's called plot armor.
That's called plot armor, indeed. Yeah, you didn't see it on screen, but on the mini-map there was the explosion. The Empire base mine is down. There's a Nebulon up there, so no wonder. And still, the advantage is in RockMotor's hands. He has 3 mines once the middle one is up, compared to the 1 mine of Falcon. So Falcon really has a steep hill to climb if he wants to win this game.
I feel like Falcon is killing units, but the mines outproduce them, so the new units eventually will come. So we should focus maybe more on the mines.
Mm-hmm. Again, for the next Nebulon, he didn't use the ability, didn't use the shield boost. Maybe he just doesn't know that there is a shield boost. What? The unit has an ability? Why didn't you tell me it before? New Nebulon and the bottom here should be able to deal with the Acclimator because there are no bombers around. And again, Rock has a lot of money. I feel like he has a little bit... I feel like he should have more units with 3 mines, but I don't know.
Perhaps he's trying to tech up.
Ooh, that would be something. Tech 3. Antilles, Corellian gunboats, yeah. It's possible.
Also, it's very demoralizing for the enemy, right? When you hear another tech up sound.
Oh yeah, it means they have a lot of money. Now we have the same situation again. Rock is attacking the bottom mine, and Falcon is building the top mine. So Falcon can only like claw back his one mine, and I hope the mine goes up before the other mine goes down so that he keeps his double supplies upgrade, but I think it should be fine. But yeah, with Rock sitting on 2 or 3 mines all the time, he should just slowly pull ahead. Another Nebulon coming in. And now the acclimators are gone, the bombers are gone, and with Rylessj always just building new mines instead of new units, it looks like Rock should actually pull ahead a lot in terms of map presence. And Han is still not dead.
That plot armor is really strong.
Oh yeah. And we have the GG call. Very nice. From Rock. I think he had the right timing with the tech upgrade. And even though he didn't fully capitalize on it, he capitalized enough to carry his advantage to the finish line.
Indeed, indeed. So we have 2-0 for Rock.
Which means that Rock only needs to win one more game for a clean 3-0 sweep, which would be something, which would be nothing I would have expected. Okay.
Indeed. I also expected this match to be like, I don't know, four maybe even 5 games.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Dantooine. Dantooine has produced some really good games in the minors so far. I think the major players are a bit hesitant to pick it. It's scary to pick a new map. The minor players are a bit more ballsy in that ballpark. Has produced great we had base races. We had a lot of Tech 2. We had many different starts and strategies. So, interesting. What do you think about this? Rock actually picking Empire here.
Oh, that's change of behavior from him. But maybe after this long game on Endor, he just doesn't want to manage his S-foils. So he chose the easier faction.
He's tired, is what you are saying.
Yeah.
All right. Match point for Rock. If he wins this one, then he will move on and play against you. Are you scared after what you've seen so far, if that happens?
I'm not particularly scared. Like, you could say I'm a bit concerned, but not scared. I was scared of Flipper J, and rightfully so.
So that's why you went to the lower bracket, so you don't have to play them.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, but jokes aside, we are on Dantooine. We have this signature split start on that map, but both players seem to be handling that quite well. Falcon going for its base mine, so does Rock. And very different approach here. We have Falcon going for the center mine, for that sneaky center mine, while Rock goes for a more standard approach on the top left side of the map. Oh, no turret for the Rebel player. I think he did a Lany there and didn't fully capture it. I'm known for doing that mistake. Wait. Did Rock do the same? I think Rock did the same. Okay, even Stevens. Fine, that's a thing now. Rylessj didn't really build the middle. He went there, but he's now just sitting there. I feel like that's a bit of a waste of time, though, if you do not plan on doing anything there. And rather just sitting there. Both players going to the bottom. None of them going for the turret. Interesting, so they just want to sit on the mine. And we have a small dogfight at the top. So both players think that this missile pad here is kinda important. Now, after this initial bout of orders. What do you think is the situation on the map? Who do you favor in this situation?
Well, from current situation, I think Rock is favored because he has another mine going up, so that's definitely an advantage.
Yeah, 2-1 in terms of income here, and I also think the bottom dogfight looks okay for him. The more TIE fighters coming in. The middle dogfight looks... Sorry?
Yeah, sorry. I just want to say that there are like 4 squadrons of TIEs against 1 X-Wing, so it will be over soon.
Indeed, the middle dogfight looks pretty even, and the top dogfight is not a dogfight because Falcon has already won. Falcon has only 300 credits, so we are probably not going to see something go up here unless he has something in the build queue that he can cancel. More X-Wings. Oh, this is a bit of a meat grinder. I don't think calling in more X-Wings... Oh, very nice. Did you see that? Rock actually immediately attacked the fighters coming in and took out 3 of the 5 fighters instantly with a triple damage from hyperspace.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was pretty nice. 700. 800. I'm suspecting that Falcon is going to build the mine here. Yeah, he is. And still more X-Wings coming in at the bottom. I think Rock will be pretty happy with the dogfight down here because it just kills X-Wings. Both players have the money upgrade, so nobody did forget it. More X-Wings.
Interesting choice by Falcon. He did not buy the weapons upgrade after Rebels.
He wanted to save the money. So this is actually hurting him here a bit, I think. Missiles. Oh, look at this.
Oh, sneaky peeky.
Do we get double damage? No. So close.
So close.
We need bigger explosions. Yeah, and Rock finally won the dogfight in the bottom corner there. It was heading towards that result for a long time. And Falcon just kept putting in more and more X-Wings, but at some point it's just not worth it. And Rock could build it if he wants to. He's hesitant right now. But I really like the bomber micro here too. He's turning around. Okay. I spoke too soon. He's not, but maybe he just wants to get out of range of the turret, get away from the missile turret. Yeah. And one thing I note is that for the 3rd game in a row that Falcon is not attacking the base mine at all. I mean, he has another mine first, but I think the dogfight in the middle was a bit unnecessary.
Yeah, it's like the same mistake for the 3rd time.
And he is now arriving in the center with his huge army of TIE fighters. Would you look at that?
Yeah, I see it. Those X-Wings are gonna die. I feel like Falcon is or will lose too many X-Wings eventually because he has them spread out all over the map in those small dogfights.
Yeah. Also, another thing is that he doesn't have the weapons upgrade, so it takes so long to kill the mine up here.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the weapons upgrade gives 25% damage, right?
Yes.
So you would think that if you don't have it, you need 25% longer to kill the mine, right? But that's not the case. You need like 30-something% longer. Because the mine regenerates. And the longer it is alive, the more it regenerates. So the more effective HP the mine actually has. Because every point that it regenerates is like more HP that you need to get through.
Oh, that's interesting. I never thought about it in this way. My calculations always were like I would have to have 3 X-Wings with the weapons upgrade, or I could have 4 X-Wings without the upgrade.
Yeah,
And
I think.
3 X-Wings are sooner produced than 4.
Yeah. With a lot of low health TIE fighters in the center, but the X-Wings should die. And we even have Tech 2. Oh, instant GG. Falcon is just like, nope, it's not gonna work. GG.
Oh my, that was faster than I expected.
Yeah, that went pretty badly for him. I felt like he didn't have a very good strategy on that map. But he picked the map, so we will have to ask him about that in the interview. Okay. Let's get the players, but first let's enter the score. We have a 3-0 victory for Rock, so very commanding. I wouldn't have expected a clean sweep, but he played really, really well. And Falcon made some mistakes that cost him the games, some in each of them. Let's get the players.
Hello.
Well, hello guys. What a match. We had some very interesting games. And in the end, actually a 3-0 victory for Rock. So big congratulations on that. I think you played really well today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, that was just a you're a better player than I am match, more than anything.
Yeah, maybe.
In my opinion, at least.
Yeah, but let's talk about it, right? We had Kessel, Paulus, and Botherby as the bans. I think that makes perfect sense. You as the lower seed player, you don't want to play Kessel, or you don't want to pick Kessel, right? Because if your opponent knows how to play Rebels, then it's a very hard map. And then you started with Geonosis. Maybe talk us through your thought process coming into this game. You probably have seen.
I just wanted to go to. I wanted to go to something I felt comfortable on more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
And because I wanted to just be able to go on first map and be able to be like, okay, I feel like this is a good 50-50 map and something. And I didn't really want to like try a cheese map or anything because I didn't feel like any of that would work out really well.
Mm-hmm.
So I went Geonosis to just kind of get a good opener. And it was, and just the like base mine raids are always a pain on Geo and on basically every map. It's just hard to answer, in my opinion, at least, as Empire early.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
either you have to defend it and you concede a bunch, or you have to go try to trade it, and most of the time you'll kill it slower.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And from that point, that match, after like I just couldn't get mind control, the game was kind of lost.
Yeah, there was one thing that Thrawn commented on also, is that after the initial like exchanges, you were only sitting at 200 credits. So we thought that maybe you just had spent a little bit too much money at that point, so you couldn't build your base mine again, for example, or just try to get a foothold back.
Yep.
Now,
and from there, that match was just kind of lost.
Yeah, I would agree. At that point, it was really hard because Rock had enough units on the field to keep you suppressed, so to speak, and you had to wait for a long time until you could do anything with the amount of money that you had. Now, question for you, Rock. How was your like mental state going into this match? It's an elimination match. Lose and you're out. How did you go into this?
To be honest, at first I was stressed out, but when the first match is when you win the first match, is basically like a heart, like a stone out of your heart. You feel lighter then, and a little bit less stressful.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that makes sense. You have already proven, okay, I can win against this person, so I can hopefully also win the entire match. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, makes sense. Now, Geonosis. First game, 1-0 Rock, and then you had to pick the map. Now, lead us through your thought process. What do you, as the high seed player, do in that situation? You just won, and you won with Rebels above all things, which is considered the harder faction. So, what goes through your mind? What map do you pick? You chose Endor? Yeah.
I was basically picking Endor because why not? I wanted to pick Buffalo because it was semi my strongest map. I felt comfortable in it, and then I just when Buffalo was banned, I was like, oh, okay, so let me pick something else. And well, I picked Endor because Endor is always a funny map.
Yep, I feel like the minors players generally like the map. We've seen it a lot, and we've seen both factions win. So that's another big plus for the map in the minors.
Yeah, it's pretty balanced.
And now, what do you think made you win the game ultimately?
Getting getting the tech upgrade faster and sniping the enemy's mines off. Because I had my mines untouched for like half of the game. I mean, the top mine was basically untouched, and I managed to get a double tech upgrade. So, I mean, double mine upgrade. And I basically was sitting on enough money to keep suppressing the Empire. So, I guess it was a win for me.
Yeah.
At that point.
At this point in the stream, we felt like we saw a repeating pattern of spending too much money sometimes for you, Falcon.
Yeah, absolutely.
When Rock went to Tech 2, you decided to build both of the turrets in mid as a response. Maybe explain to us what did you feel when you hit Tech 2?
So I built both those turrets about 5 or 6 seconds before he hit Tech 2 because I didn't realize he was teching because I thought I had seen more X-Wings come out just because of the sheer number of them. And then by the time he was hitting Tech 2, they were already like halfway done. So then I was like, and then from that point, I was like, yeah, this match is basically over.
I think you did a good job fighting back. Rock presented to you the hulls of Nebulons because he never used the shield boost. So
yeah,
Mr. RockMotorFan, there is a button on the Nebulon.
I've seen it, but I didn't. I didn't need to use them. I was brave enough to not click on that button.
No.
Yeah.
All right. So that actually could have ended pretty badly for you if you didn't pay attention there. You had the backwards facing Nebulon. In total, your Nebulon micro didn't look perfect there. So that's definitely something you can work on in the future.
I mean, it's not always I can get. It's not always I can get hands on Nebula.
That's true. Yeah. In a 1v1, you don't always get them. That's right. But then, for a long time in the game, you had either Rock had 2 mines and Falcon had 1, or Rock had 3 mines and Falcon had 2. In the Tech 2 thing, so you could just outproduce him slowly but surely. Yeah, exactly. And then for the last one, it's already 2-0. You are 2 points behind Falcon, and you have to pick the map. So I think that's why you went for that. Throw the curveball then.
My mental at that point was like so screwed because I just felt like I was just getting beat out of skill purely. It didn't feel like I was getting cheesed or anything. Just felt like I was making mistakes and he was punishing them effectively.
So then you said...
So I was like, okay, I'm going to throw some random curveball. Went Dantooine. Because I feel like base mine rating on Dantooine is a lot harder than on any other map.
It's just so far away, right? Behind the station.
It's absurdly far away, and there's a turret there potentially. So just most of the time just ends up being a waste of time.
Yeah. Which nobody built in that game. That was funny.
Yeah. No, I felt like he wasn't going to go for it. I just had an inkling there because it's just a pain in the butt mine to take. And also he went Empire, which also made me think he wasn't going to take it. So yeah, that was pretty much my thought process on that one.
Yeah. And I felt like the curveball worked on both players here. Both players had starts that I would describe as suboptimal. Rock, how is your status on that map? How do you feel on that map?
When I've seen a Dantooine thing, I was like, how do I play on that map? What do I do? And that's why I picked Empire, because when you don't know any map, Empire is the easiest pick.
Less opportunity to make mistakes, yeah. And you got the left side mine and it stayed up pretty long. Thrawn and I talked about it, that you didn't have the weapons upgrade for the rebels. Was that a mistake or was that a conscious decision?
Oh, so that's why they didn't do damage.
Yeah, no, that was a mistake, is what that was. That was just like me not thinking about it, because I was just mentally tilted at that point.
Oh, yeah. I can understand that. If nothing works and you just feel the opponent is just better and whatever I try, he can win that. That's a very tilting
at that point, it's like
mindset then. Yeah. Yeah, and then the game was pretty much over at that point. Rock just had so much money. He won the dogfight on the bottom right. You kept throwing in X-Wings, which just kept dying, just buying a little bit of time, but losing a lot of money.
that was just like...
I mean, and I found
at that point, like...
Yeah, actually throwing X-Wings wasn't so smart right there. You could probably get that mine, my upper mine, with those X-Wings easily.
Yeah, that was kind of what I realized, is that's like something I realized after, was I probably should have sent those X-Wings up top, gotten that mine as you were building that one, and then built my upper one and tried to defend that.
That, or then get back to his mine down there. The thing is, if you destroy his mine and let him build the other one, then he still has one mine, which is... But he has spent 850 to do so, as opposed to him not spending these 850. So it's definitely something you should... If you can make him hop the mines and build different ones, then he's always spending money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Falcon, you are sadly now out of the tournament. Maybe give us your bottom line on how did you enjoy or not enjoy the tournament. What are your thoughts on this throwback to 2006 competitive gaming?
Group stage kind of sucked. Group stage was pretty frustrating, but it was a good experience, just kind of to understand. And then from there, I felt like then I dropped that first game in upper bracket with the like infuriating fucking lag.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
That one was...
still have nightmares.
Yeah, no, I'm like, every time I like run internet checks now. Before every match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have anyone you root for in this tournament going forward, of the people still in it?
The majors or minors?
Both, if you ask me.
Majors, I just want to see Lany lose, I'll be honest. That's all I really care about. Minors, I don't know. I probably am rooting for Rock from here just because I fell to him, so it would make me feel better if he did well, if that makes sense.
Thanks.
Yeah, but then mainly rooting for Lany to lose.
All right. That's fair enough. Yeah, I think you should talk to Rex about that. He's working on it.
You should probably cheer on him.
Yeah.
And we have a pretty interesting situation here in that we have Thrawn as the next opponent of Rock. So
well, Thrawn, we meet again.
Indeed. I was watching you carefully today.
We have it's like a derby, right? An Eastern European derby.
Indeed.
That's not actually the best position, because I wasn't watching and I wasn't streaming your games. That sucks. Amy, why did you let him in?
Because he asked nicely, and I like having a co-commentator.
You could ask.
Fair enough.
No, Rock, do you think you can repeat your great performance against Thrawn?
Probably. You'll see that. But Thrawn, I believe Thrawn was training as well, so it's going to be a nice match.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that very much. Any closing words from you, Thrawn, for this interview? Any questions that you have, maybe?
I have any questions. I think you mentioned everything we talked about. I would just say that the games were nice. You did really well, and maybe just a bit of advice to Falcon. When you are playing Rebels, I noticed that on Dantooine, try to be a bit more mobile, because like Lany said, those X-Wings shouldn't have stayed in that large dogfight in the lower right corner, and they should be a bit more moving.
It wasn't Lany.
What?
Yeah, nothing. Keep going.
Yeah, so those X-Wings could have been elsewhere, and they could have done a bit more damage, because the Empire will outproduce you if you stay at one position, and it's best to strike, as the Rebels, to strike on places where Empire isn't. So that would be what I wanted to say.
It's almost like in the movies. You know, Rebels and Hit and Run and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, very nice.
Want to strike that base when the Star Destroyer is not watching, basically.
Exactly. When you see the engines, strike. Yeah. Rock tried that with showing the engines of his Nebulon in the center. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Anyways, GG's, Rock.
Exactly. GG's. Yeah. Thank you, Falcon, for taking part in the tournament. Has been a pleasure watching your matches and interviewing you. And
no problem. Thank you.
Yeah. I hope you stay true to EW. Not necessarily competitive if you find out that's not entirely for you, but obviously I would hope to see you in future tournaments too.
Yeah.
And
GG's. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you a lot to Thrawn again for co-commentating, and sorry again that I screwed up with the Discord stream. I was just so used to having everyone in game that I forgot to set up the stream again after the sync error. So he had radio broadcasting from me, basically.
Yeah, that was kind of funny, but no problem. We did it. We handled it.
Yeah, just close your eyes and imagine the game. All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we'll see you soon. Oh, actually, I'm not really sure right now, but it looks like we might have another pre-recorded game later today, in maybe as soon as in like 15 or 30 minutes. We will do a ping again on the community Discord in that case.
Who's gonna play?
And if you follow the Twitch, you will obviously also get the push notification. So probably see you soon.
Yep.